evening, and we are back here on Gigantic Friday! Thank you, my gosh. Well, it was 1 week ago today that I got a copyright strike, obviously. But the funny thing was, when you look up the things for the copyright strike, well, your first strike means, you can't do anything for 1 week, basically. And it said upload videos, schedule premieres, schedule videos, just in general, and then, I don't know, or create community posts or anything like that. But I'm not sure that they took that seriously, because when I created the community post, it was just after I gotten taken, or it was just after the strike went away and we were able to come back with live programming for you all. It was still allowing me to upload and schedule videos, which I thought was kind of strange because it clearly states in the rules that you cannot upload videos. Or even add to your watch later playlist, or add stuff to playlists in general, I think. But it still allowed me to add things to my watch later playlist. And if you saw, Friday when I did get the strike, I streamed 2 more times on Friday, and I streamed for a little over 4 hours on Saturday. So to me, YouTube wasn't really taking the strike seriously at all this whole entire time, because I was still able to do things that I probably shouldn't have been doing if you get a copyright strike. So, yeah, I don't know what happened. YouTube, they're playing dumb with their own rules. So, I don't know, honestly. But either way, I'm so glad to be back here with live programming. So, yeah. Anyway, tonight on the schedule for you, Sioux City played Lincoln tonight, so yeah, we're gonna review that game, and then we'll take a look at March Madness, of course, and then of course the World Baseball Classic final took place earlier this week. So yeah, we got a lot to get to, and we're gonna do it after this. Don't go away, please.
Introducing the all-new Ford Explorer. Drive one.
The smallest things can make a world of difference, like reducing your water footprint. While your shower heats up, use a bucket to collect all that cold water. Then water your plants. Try products designed with the earth in mind. The pure, crisp taste of Dasani comes in redesigned plastic bottles sourced from up to 30% plants. And it's still 100% recyclable. So you can refresh yourself while you renew the planet. ABC Family's A New Kind of Green is brought to you by Dasani.
These pizzas are all the same. Where can I find something different? Whoa, red peppers? Feta cheese? Gouda?
Introducing new Bruschetta Simply Inspired Pizza. It's simply inspired. No more miracle stretch mark creams. No more false hope. No more hiding. Mederma Stretch Marks Therapy is specifically formulated, clinically proven to reduce the appearance of stretch marks in 12 weeks. Mederma Stretch Marks Therapy. Wear your skin proudly.
Responsibility is buying in bulk. But for young bulk shoppers, the XXL Grill Stuffed Burrito with steak, 3 cheeses, beans, and lots more. Point being, it's very large. Spend less this summer with the XXL Grill Stuffed Burrito, now at Taco Bell.
The Davis twins are alike in nearly every way, right down to brushing their teeth. So how did only one get gingivitis? Well, 1 in 2 people do. So I told Karen about new Crest Pro Health Clinical Gum Protection Toothpaste. It helps eliminate plaque at the gum line, helping prevent gingivitis. It's even clinically proven to help reverse it in just 4 weeks. And it protects these other areas dentists check most. Looks like the twins are even again. New Crest Pro Health Clinical Toothpaste. Life opens up when you do.
Welcome back, everybody, to Gigantic Friday. Now, it's time for some scores, don't you think? First, we're going to review tonight's game against Lincoln. Lincoln, as you know, they're in third place going into tonight. So, yeah, here it is. Tanner Ludke got the scoring started early for Lincoln from Jared Mangan and Doug Grimes. That was at the 6 minute and 3 second mark. Then Dashiell Oliver scored at the 9:23 mark. His fifth on the year from Jack Picard and Michael Masick. Then Brennan Ali scored from Boston Buckberger and Jack Larrigan. Now this was in the second period at the 13:27 mark. So at the end of two, the Muskies were, Lincoln was up 3-0. But that wouldn't be very long. 9-11 into the third period. Sam Deckhut for the Muskies gets his 11th goal on the year from Dylan Godbout, his 27th assist. And for Boston Buckberger, 33 assists on the year. Pretty incredible. And then, with under a minute to go, shit hit the fan, to say the least. At the 19:24 mark, Ethan Gardula got his second goal as a Musketeer from Ty Hansen and Sam Deckhut. That made it 3-2, and then 20 seconds later, with 16 seconds left, Caden Shahan scored from Ben Poitras and Finn Loftus. Shahan with his 14th goal on the year, and we head to we go to overtime. And more things happened in overtime, to say the least. In fact, Sioux City could have won the game, but with 1:13 left, they went to a review and they determined that the puck did not cross the goal line, so they waved that off. So, no scoring from them. But then we got to the shootout, and it wouldn't be till the 6th round when Finn Loftus scored to make it 1-0 in the shootout. Daniel Sambuco had to get one goal to at least tie the shootout up, and he got denied. Yes. Daniel Sambuco denied, and the Muskies win it. They come back after being down 3-0 to win it 4-3 in a shootout. Pretty incredible stuff. That's now their 4th straight win. So after being 2-8 in their last 10 going into Friday night in Tri-City, they've rebounded for 4 straight wins. 4 much-needed wins, to say the least, especially against Tri-City. And now against Lincoln, they are now 4-4. We're going to see Lincoln tomorrow night, 7:03 p.m. Eastern Time here in Sioux City. You better be there to watch it. It's going to be a great game. Maybe another repeat of what tonight was. We'll just have to see. And the funny thing was, well, actually 2 very funny things happened. Well, in overtime, for some reason the league already put out their 3 stars of the game, and all 3 of them were for Lincoln. So that, to me, was kind of weird, to be honest with you. So, yeah, I don't know, to be honest with you. The league does whatever the league wants to do, I guess, which is kind of freaking stupid if you think about it, but you know, what are we gonna do about it? Anyway, we'll take a look at the other games going on across the league. Muskegon beat Cedar Rapids by a score of 4-2. Then Youngstown absolutely spanked Madison 6-1. And speaking of getting spanked, oh, by the way, William Whitelaw had 2 goals in that game. Speaking of getting spanked, Tri-City spanked the absolute crap out of Fargo. They took them for 7-3. 5 goals in the second period alone for Tri-City. Graham Gamache with 2 goals. And other than that, everyone else got a goal. So, yeah, it was almost like, you know, you get a goal, and everyone gets a goal, basically. But Graham Gamache did get 2. Fargo, I think they're starting to lose it just a little bit, because I believe Fargo now, what do they got? They're now, well, they have a 2-game losing streak, but the problem is, though, I think the pressure is starting to get to them a little bit. I honestly do, because I don't know if they're just resting their star players until the playoff time, which if you're going to do that with like a week or two left in the season. Don't do it in late March. I mean, yeah, you already have a playoff spot locked in, but that doesn't mean you can just collapse. I mean, God bless America. I don't know. I really don't know. It's just like Fargo, they've just took a dump against, well, and when they were winning, they only won by one goal they only won by one goal against Sioux City and Sioux Falls. So I don't know. And those are two of the worst teams in the league. So I don't know how you could do that, but Fargo found a way, folks. Fargo found a way. I just hope they don't blow it, because now with 10 games left, Waterloo, they're only 9 points off. It's single digits in terms of, who gets the first spot, obviously. And of course, the first and second seeds, they already get a bye week. So yeah, and potential home ice advantage too. And then, and then of course, if the playoffs started today, Lincoln would play Des Moines, and then Sioux City would play Tri-City. Then the winners of each of those matches would, then I believe 3 and 6 would play Waterloo, and then 4 and 5 would play Fargo. Well, the winner of that, so, yeah. Alright, enough with playoff stuff. Let's get back to the rest of the games that happened in the league tonight. Waterloo beat Des Moines 3-2. It was kind of a close game there, right up there at the end, but, because, I mean, Braden Rourke, he scored with just 36 seconds left. So, yeah, close game, and especially with the rivalry game there, too. Then Team USA beat Dubuque 5-2. Then Green Bay beat Chicago by a score of 4-3. I mean, Max Celebrini for Chicago, he still got 2 goals. In fact, Green Bay took the lead and won it with 1 second left in the game. Chicago, that close to winning. That close. But, as they say, so close, yet so far. So, yeah. Okay, so NHL games right now. Right now, the Avalanche lead the Coyotes by a score of 3-1. Buffalo beat the Devils on home ice by a score of 5-4. Alex Tuck for Buffalo with 2 goals and 1 assist, along with Dylan Cousins getting a goal and assist there as well. Although they were both a plus 0 though, or 0 like in even terms. Then the Blue Jackets beat the Islanders by a score of 5-4. Boone Jenner, not only with the overtime goal, he also had an assist early on in the game. Still with the -2, but, goal differential, well, plus minus is, kind of not really an irrelevant stat, but it just kind of shows, who's on, well, no. The way plus minus works is that if you're on the ice when your team scores, they add a plus. If you're on the ice when the other team scores, you add a minus. So that it kind of shows, I don't know what it really shows, to be honest with you. Alright, NBA scores, well, that's the wrong date. I might have to restart my music, yep. The undertone, as I call it. Currently, right now in the third quarter, the Warriors lead the 76ers 61-60. Bulls lead the Trailblazers in the third 70-49. The Suns beat the Kings 74-65. The Lakers beat the Thunder 59-51. The Celtics beat the Pacers 120-95. The Wizards lead the Spurs 136-124. Then the Raptors beat the Pistons 118-97. Grizzlies beat the Rockets 151-114. Pretty high score there, I'll tell you that right now. Hornets beating the Mavericks 117-109. And another big scoring match here. Bucks beating the Jazz 144-116. All right, currently as we speak, we head on over to March Madness, and everybody's bracket is basically screwed at this point. Texas beat Xavier, they're leading right now, that's what I should say, 51-35 with 15 and a half to play in the second half. And then Creighton leads Princeton 81-69 with a minute and 16 left to go in the third quarter. Or second, I don't know what I'm thinking. I've been up since 7 a.m. in the morning, people, okay? I'm tired. Alright, San Diego beat Alabama 71-64. My oh my, 5 seeds beating the number 1 seeds. Apparently that's today's theme. Because Miami beat Houston 89-75. I think my bracket's done for, folks. Honest to God, I think it is. Ooh, there's still a little bit of a... Still had confetti hanging around from an earlier taping of a show. Not gonna, spoil what show it is, but, yeah. Then looking ahead to tomorrow night, Florida Atlantic versus Kansas State. Then directly after that, UConn at Gonzaga. And then Sunday afternoon. Okay. It'll be San Diego State versus the winner of Xavier in Texas, I believe. I don't have my bracket down here. No, Miami will play the winner of that game, and then San Diego State will play the winner of Princeton and, what's the other team? I'm looking it up here on the schedule. Creighton, that's who they will play. All right. World Baseball Classic concluded earlier this week, Tuesday night. Japan won it 3-2. Close game. For sure. I didn't watch any of it because The Voice was on. So that's my jam. So I obviously didn't watch it. XFL tomorrow. The Sea Dragons are at the Guardians. Boy, oh boy. Sea Dragons. The 3-2 Sea Dragons versus the 0-5 Guardians. Yeah, you think people are going to watch that? Watch the Guardians go undefeated this season. I'm calling it right now. Judgment call. There we go. Then the Battlehawks will be at the Vipers later that night. Or later tomorrow night too as well. And then Sunday, the Brahmas at the Renegades. And then Monday Night Football, except for it's not NFL. Roughnecks at the Defenders. That should be a good game. I mean, Roughnecks 4-1. BC Defenders still undefeated. The Defenders are at home. Hey, tickets are as low as $13, folks. So, I mean, hey, might as well head on down to Washington, D.C. No, obviously not. I mean, obviously we live in the Midwest, so, I mean, I'm just not going to do that. Alrighty, so that will pretty much do it for, well, not yet. We'll sort of preview tomorrow night's game right now. Lincoln in Sioux City tomorrow night. Lincoln's going to be here in town. Should be fun. We haven't seen him in a while. Well, actually in about a month. Last time we did see him at home, boy, oh boy, what a freaking game that was. 7-5, Muskies winning. I mean, oh, we ran out of meat. Oh, that. We were about to go to break there. Not so fast. Yeah, it was a barn. I mean, it was tied up at 2 at the end of the second, and then we scored 5 in the third, and Lincoln almost came back. So, yeah. I don't know. I'm hoping to see a repeat game of tonight because, tonight's game was a really good game. I mean, I'd watch 100 of those games back to back to back to back to back. So, yeah, we'll have to see what happens. 7:03 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow night, Lincoln versus Sioux City. I hope you can join us for that because I appreciate it if you did. It's going to be a big game. Everyone has to watch it, and we're just going to find out what happens. Good night. Stay tuned for the RVN news at night.